Yada, you ain't know? Listen, if you hear any noise or voice in the background, if you can and have the willpower, disregard it. All right, lovelies, this is, you feel me? I'm gonna get to it. This vid is not for fragile egos, and this is for a mature audience. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna talk about certain topic. Okay, and then I'm gonna drop you some little gems of some things that I have spoken to the universe about. Okay, so and then you could say the words from your own lips, how you would like to talk to universe, and how you would talk to how you would like your characteristics to be embodied for you to embody it. Okay, so you feel me? These energies that are here, these are like these energies come back to us individually. Okay, so here it goes. Okay, so I ran across, you feel me, there was a channel or whatever, and somebody, some is some you feel me, some female. Okay, and and basically, I did let her know I did unsubscribe from her channel. Okay, and and I just like to say, like, certain one, when I seen a certain title and everything, listen, beautiful, so I'm gonna let you know, lust is not a superpower. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that. Okay, for somebody to say that, okay, just tells you where their frequency's at. Okay, now there is a difference with lusting, and there's a difference with loving. Okay, me, I don't lust, I love. Okay, and you feel me, and you feel me, I have a seductive personality as well. Okay, the thing is, if you keep talking about all that lusting and stuff, okay, you're sounding like a Leviathan. Leviathans turn lust into luster. You don't want anything to do with lust. You want everything to do with love. Okay? All right? Love is a different frequency. Okay? Check out what the lust really means when you check in it. You look on Google and check out what it really means. You don't want anything to do with that type of energy. Okay? It's not really a good energy. It's not it's not something that, like, you feel me, if you can control, the lust, it's not a superpower. Okay, you feel me? If you, the thing is to overcome lust by embodying love. Okay, now, reason why I'm bringing this up, okay, because I did say I was going to talk about this certain topic. Okay, certain ones are saying certain things about certain things happen early in the AM. Okay, around, like, you feel me, I say like 2 to like 5, and you feel me, in between like 1:30 and 7 a.m. Okay, listen. Okay, what y'all could do. Okay, listen, turn on the frequency. You could turn on, I usually use, like, I kind of use sine tone frequency, hertz. You feel me? Sine tone frequency. I usually listen to, I'll put on around about that time, and I'll you feel me, I'll probably put on like YT, or I go on clean YT, and you feel me, and then I'll put it on, I put it inside of a certain folder, and then I'll go to that folder so I can be able to put it on repeat, and I'll play I'll play 528 hertz on repeat, or I'll play 396 hertz. Okay, now you could do the 432 hertz. It's just, I kind of just do 528 hertz because it's love, and then 396 has to do with getting, like, repelling negative energy. Okay, and you could play that, like, you feel me, on high or low, like, why on high, or it depending on how you want your volume, and you go rest to that. Okay, now the thing is, when I tell y'all about spells, lovelies, listen, it is essential for y'all to listen to the words that y'all be saying and the words that come out your mouth. Okay, you don't say anything, you really don't want to say anything about going to, you don't really want to say about things about going to sleep. Okay, you would like to say about, you would like to get rest. Okay, don't say you tired or anything. Okay, say you're fed up. Okay, the thing is, I'm a Virgo Leo, so I know about words. Okay, I'm very specific with words. Okay, I'm thorough with the spells. Okay, so this being said, listen, lovelies, I'm just saying take heed because it'll save you a lot. These are things that I have already that had helped me in the long run, okay? So I don't use certain spells that certain ones use, okay? For a reason, okay? Because, you feel me? Because the source of all creators already told me, okay? And here's another thing the source of all creators let me know. The source of all creators said, the source of all creators said, source of all creators said, the source of all creators is in every bedroom. Is in every bedroom, okay? Even sex-wise, okay? Is in every bedroom. Regardless of what kind of little video you want to go to, whatever, where you think you hide and think you all up in privacy, the source of all creators is in the bedroom with you, okay? Certain ones don't want to acknowledge that, okay? So the source of, you cannot dodge the source of all creators, okay? So the source of all creator does like sex. Source of all creator does like, okay, you know, like when people talk about like speaking orally, okay? Source of all creator does like oral, okay? I'm just gonna be honest, mature conversation, okay? So, I told you what sex is, okay? You gotta know what sex is, okay? Sex, the word sex, you gotta know it's pretty easy, okay? It's synergetic energy exchange. That's what sex is, okay? Synergetic energy exchange, okay? The thing is about when you're caring for someone and when you and when you're doing when you feel me. Now me, I'm gonna tell you some things that I have said, okay? When I pray to the source of all creators, I say, you know, because the source of all creators, they say always says yes, okay? So that's why when I ask, you know, I say, you know, I ask, may I, if when I ask for something. And the thing is, you can use spells to come back to you, okay? Me, I said all the words that come out my mouth are foolproof, okay? And then I also said my words curselessly come to me. They always curselessly return to me. They and this is, you know, and they my words come back to me curselessly. And this is irrevocably irreversible. Because the thing is, what you would like to do, you would like to put a sheet, you would kind of like to direct your spells to where when they come to you, they don't come to you with swords or anything. They don't hurt you. They don't come to hurt you. They can't be used against you, okay? So they'll fall away from you, okay? And then, you know, certain ones talk about, you know, no weapon form shall prosper and all that. I don't say that, okay? I nip words in the bud because weapons gonna be formed, okay? Me, I say any weapon formed against me shall not prevail in any way, shape, form, or fashion at all. I say that, okay? You could say something three times in a row, okay? So here's another thing, okay? When I pray, I already pray, and I say, and I ask, may all portals that lead to my doom, demise, struggle, suffering, torture, torment, suffocation, and the like, may they all close quickly. So quick that there's no way for me to open those portals in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay? So, even if I tried in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay? So that nips things that the thing is layering your life. This is basically moving your universe into align with things that come to you with delight, okay? You know, and you feel me? The thing is, you got to be in a higher vibration, a higher frequency. You feel me? Now, and in certain hours, you got to know what words. You feel me? Certain things might try to poke at you because thing is, you know, the universe is about sex, okay? The thing is, certain ones trying to pervert it. It's a thing about certain lower entities. The certain ones want to make contact with lower entities, perverting nature. We don't do that. We don't tolerate that, okay? That's where the certain ones that, you know, the certain mature ones, that's where we come in, okay? So, this being said, you feel me? All right? then when you hear certain words that may come through your head, like sometimes the word, like the thought of, like when I'm doing meditation or whatever, you feel me? I might hear the word like demon, then I say less, okay? Or I hear the word demon, I say straight, okay? So the thing is, you gotta alchemize these words. You gotta alchemize certain words, okay? You feel me? It's about rest, you feel me? And get into that yin. This is the state of yin. This is the female, okay? This is the healing energy, okay? Now, when you in action and doing all that, that's the yung. You're in your, it don't matter whether you're a female or a male. When you're doing stuff, that's the yung. That's the masculine, okay? When you're at rest, okay, you're in yin. You're in your feminine, okay? You got to know these energies, okay? This, you feel me? So, and here's another thing. There was another thing. Oh yeah. Don't allow certain energies to try to bully you, okay? The thing is, don't try to fight with them. Just raise your frequency. They don't want you to be happy, okay? They don't want you to be happy, playful. They don't want you to have your childlike nature, your innocence, okay? So the thing is, even when I prayed, I say, may I unapologetically be in the energy of super fun and the wavelength. May my frequency resonate that and reach that so quick that it's inescapable for me, and it's undodgeable and unavoidable, and there's no way to reverse it even if I tried, and it's so quick that there's no way for me to sabotage it even if I tried in some way, shape, form, or fashion at all. Basically, my energies is open up, so I can feel the energies coming in. So basically, I would like y'all to know that. Maybe let me pause this one time. All in all, don't give up on yourself, okay? Just continue to raise your frequency so good can come to you. I love you. Find something safe to do and stay accountable.